What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, people? Early Wednesday. Early Wednesday. So, it's the Philly Will Spill. First of all, foremost, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please like and subscribe to my channel, the Philly Will Spill. It's a sports channel that talks about the sports and not just give you what the paid companies out there in the world tell you to say, tell you what team to talk about over and over and over and over again, like we done heard all the Tuesday about this same team over and over and over again. Lord forbid we're about to go through another year of that crap. But just give you the real spill, man. Give it to you real of how I feel, and not something that I feel like is portrayed to be talked about because somebody's telling me pulling strings, or just you know what I'm saying, not keeping it real. That's what Philly Will Spill is all about. Keeping it real. So we're going to keep it real basic today. We're only going to talk about two divisions. That's what I'm going to be covering now. The training camp is in session. All you Philly fans, all the Eagles reported to training camp. First practice is Wednesday, today. So we're going to keep it just a little short and narrow. So we're going to talk about the NFC North and the AFC North. Yes, the Philly Will Spill don't just talk about the Eagles. We talk about every single team in the NFL, and we also talk NBA talk too. Sometimes politics, but we try to minimize that a little bit. So, NFC North, let's get it. What's my predictions? Before I get into my predictions, let's go over it team by team. So, all right, first thing we want to go over is let's go over the Minnesota Vikings. Give me 1 second. So, NFC North. Here we go. So, last year, the Minnesota Vikings records was 14-3. 14-3. They couldn't get past the Lions. The Lions was their Achilles heel. The Lions, they beat them for that home field advantage in the playoffs, which didn't serve no purpose for the Lions. But Lions did beat them. But the Vikings did have good defense. They had good defense. They just couldn't do no with the Lions, and they had good offense under Sam Darnold, but he just couldn't put it together when that pressure was coming. So now Sam Darnold is gone. J.J. McCarthy is the new quarterback that's up for the Vikings. So let's get into the Vikings acquisition, what they acquired in the offseason. So for the Lions, they acquired, give me 1 second. For the Vikings, they acquired, so I didn't put this the way I needed to put this. I put this in this, okay, that's the Packers. I didn't put this the way I should have put this, so let me do it this way, y'all. Bear with me real quick. All right. The Vikings. Let's go back to my emails. Let me see. I just want to make sure I'm quoting this right. Give me 1 second. AFC North. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's the Bears. That's the Packers. Okay, here we are for the Vikings. Okay. All right, so the Vikings, they released Bubba Bolden. They waived Matt Harmon. They re-signed Ryan Murphy, the cornerback. They re-signed Aaron Jones, the running back. They signed Ryan Kelly, Isaiah Rodgers, who was on the Philadelphia Eagles championship team, Jeff Okudah. They signed him. Hargrave. They signed Javon Hargrave. He was a D tackle. I think he came from the 49ers. They signed a guard, Will Fries. They signed Jonathan Allen, a D tackle, and Josh Oliver, a tight end. Their draft picks were Donovan Jackson, outside linebacker, Felton, a wide receiver, then a DL, D lineman, a linebacker, and a tight end. So that's what they signed. So basically for the Vikings, just I took so long, I think the Vikings, when it's all said and done, if I'm looking at their record that they're going to have, I think the Vikings probably not going to do too good. I don't even want to go through that record. I think they might win about, I want to say 8 to 9 games at best. And my thing is, J.J. McCarthy is about to come in. He got to sit behind and soak up a lot of the locker room context, a lot of film, look at things, but it still is not as how it is when you're on the field. So with seeing him at Michigan, he was a good quarterback, but sometimes he would not make his decision on his throws when he's doing his reads as quick as possible. And I think that's going to be the thing that he's going to have to work on a lot when he get into the NFL. So I'm going to say the Vikings are going to probably win about 8 to 10 games. That's about it. So let's go to the Packers. The Packers. Let's go to the Bears. Let's go to the Bears. So the Bears added Joe Tooney, John O. Jackson, Grady Garrett, Dio, whoever that is, and they re-signed a couple players. They offensive line, basically, like I said, Joe Tooney, because they needed to help protecting Caleb. Caleb was getting killed all last year. Defensive line, they added tackle Grady Jarrett and a defensive end. Nothing too major for them. So they got the offensive coordinator as a head coach. They do got him from the Detroit Lions. So I think him and Caleb are going to be a good combination together. I still think that they need a couple more pieces, not so much on offense, but in the trenches. I think the trenches is where they need to work a little bit more at. I do think they're going to win more games than they won last year. If I had to say how many games they're going to win at max, I'd give them at max 9, minimum 7. It's going to be one of those years where they give Ben Johnson one of those passes and say Caleb looked better than he did last year. They just need to get better in the trenches. I think they need to get better in the trenches. And their defense is bottom of the 32. So not pure bottom, but it is probably around that 21 to 28 range. So that's my take on the Bears. All right. The Packers. Let's see. The Packers drafted Matthew Golden in the draft. That's a fast wide receiver. He's still like one of those wide receivers. See, the Packers issue last year, they had wide receivers. They like 5'9" and 6'2", 6'1". They not big. They did sign Mecole Hardman. I think Mecole is a little bit bigger, but he's not much bigger than the wide receivers they already got. They signed a Christian Wilt as a linebacker. They signed a Brandon McManus, a kicker. Isaiah McDuffie, linebacker. And then they signed Aaron Banks, a guard, for a deal of 4 years, $77 million. They signed Nate Hobbs, which is a good cornerback, for $48 million for 4 years. So that'll help them out on defense. So here's my thing with the Packers. They got still the same defensive coordinator, still the same offensive coordinator, and their head coach is a good head coach. I think this year Jordan Love is going to be better. Not much better, but better. He already is good. So I think he's going to be better, leaning towards a little greatness, if that much. The schedule is hard. They play the division that the AFC North play is, I want to say, the Chiefs division, and they play the Green Bay Packers. Let's get that because those are the two teams that I think are going to be number 1 and number 2 fighting for winning the division. Is the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. So the Green Bay Packers schedule is as follows. They play the Commanders out the gate. I think they can beat the Commanders. So they play the Cowboys. They should beat the Cowboys because they got that great running back in the back, Josh Jacobs. They got the Cardinals next. They should beat the Cardinals. Panthers. They should beat the Panthers. So let's just say out of the first 4 games, they're going to lose 1, win 3, 3-1. Giants might be a tough game for them. I think they'll win that one. Lions, their first game against the Lions, and it's at Detroit, they're going to lose that one. Packers, they're going to lose that one. Ravens, believe they're going to win that one. It's at Green Bay. I'm sorry, let me go in the fashion that I need to go in. I'm not going in the right fashion, so because it's going side to side. So take that back. They have the Commanders win, Browns win, Cowboys win, Bengals lost, Packers win, Steelers win, Carolina win, Eagles lost, Packers against Giants win, Vikings lost, Lions lost, Bears win, Broncos lost, Bears win, Ravens win, Vikings win. I don't see the Lions on that twice. Where's the Lions at? I only see the Lions once. I'm sorry. They played the Lions. They played the Lions first at Green Bay. So let's just say that game will be a win. So I got them losing once to the Lions, once to the Vikings, once to the Broncos. That's 3. I got them splitting with the Lions, splitting with the Vikings, losing to the Broncos, losing to the beating the Ravens, losing to the Broncos. So I really got them losing 4 games. 4 games. They only losing 4 games. So what's that? 12-4. 12-4. They play what, 16 or they play 17 games. So 13-4. 13-4. So I got them going 13-4. Let me get that right. I want to make sure I get that right. So I got them going. Let's just add that up again. So I got them. So that's win, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's a loss against the Bengals. So 4-1, 5-1, 6-1, 7-1. Okay, that's 7-2, 8-2. That's 9-2. That's a loss. 9-3, 10-3. That's Broncos. 10-3, 10-4. What's that? 11-4 against the Bears. 12-4 against the. I got them going 13-4. 13-4. Now to go to the Lions. Let's go to the Lions, hometown team. Let's just get this out the gate. This is where all my people that was going to be watching me is going to be talking about. What he about to say about us? Detroit Lions. Schedule. Let's go to their schedule. So let's go. Let's see who they bulked up on the offseason first. Let's go to that first. Who did the Lions pick in the offseason? They picked in the offseason, added to their team in the offseason. They added, let me make sure I got the right team. Okay. They added D tackle Roy Lopez to a 1-year contract, DJ Reed to a 3-year contract, another linebacker, Grant Stewart, to a 1-year contract, a running back to a 1-year contract. That's just to bolster up from Montgomery and one of the Gibbs get hurt. A cornerback, another linebacker, and a DL. Those was in free agents. Draft picks, they picked the O-lineman. Miles Frazier was their first pick. Another D lineman, Ahmed Hassan, a safety, and a wide receiver. So they picked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 defensive players between the free agents and the draft picks. And they only picked 1, 2 offensive players. 3 offensive players between free agency and draft picks. They got other notable transactions, but I don't like to go to those. Those are like just filling up the roster for training camp type picks. So, they souped up on defense. That they did. So, but the thing with the Lions is you got to give them at least the first 4 or 5 weeks to see if they establish any type of identity. Y'all lost both Aaron and Ben Johnson. Now I think Dan Campbell is the anchor, and Dan Campbell is he's the main reason of the coaching staff why it's going. But that is a lot to come back from in regards to Ben. I ain't gonna say Aaron. Ben is the one where is this offense gonna still look elusive? Is it still gonna look like fearful? Is it still gonna look gut-wrenching? Is it still going to take stabs down the field? Is it still going to run all over you? Is it still going to be just tumultuous? Is it still going to be rough, aggressive, like just the roar? Are you going to feel the roar out of this offense? Is Montgomery still going to Montgomery? Is Gibbs still going to Gibbs? Is your other wide receiver, Jameson, is he still going to go deep? Is he, or do swing routes? Is your Amon-Ra St. Brown still going to stand on his head and do all of that? That's what it's all about. Are they going to be who they're known to be and make people feel the roar? Another thing you got to look at, y'all, center, Ragnarok, whatever his name is. That's a big blow, man. A center is like the second most important person on your team when you're going to the offensive line of scrimmage and calling plays and slide and line protection. That's real big, and he's an all-pro. So that's big. So going through the schedule, here's what I got for the schedule. All right, let's go to Lions schedule. As follows, here we go. The Lions play first. They play preseason. First game they play against the Packers. I got them losing. Then they play the Bears, win. Then they play the Ravens, loss. Then they play Cleveland, win. Then they play the Bengals. I'm going to give them a win. Then they play the Chiefs, loss. Then they play the Buccaneers, win. Then they play the Vikings, lost. Then they play the Commanders. I'm going to give them a win because they're trying to get their lick back. Then they play the Eagles, lost. Then they play the Giants, win. Then they play the Packers, that's their win. Then they play the Cowboys, they're going to win. Then they play the Rams, lost. They play the Steelers, I'm going to give them a loss on that. Play the Vikings, I'm going to give them a win on that. Then they play the Bears again, and I think they're going to get a win on that. So they're going to split with the Vikings. They're going to split with the Packers. That's 2 losses. They're going to lose against the Rams. That's 3 losses. They're going to lose against the Steelers. That's 4 losses. They're going to lose against the Chiefs. That's 5 losses. So looking at it for what it's worth, the Lions are going to win. Lions are going to win. They're going to win. They're going to be. I have them going 11-6. 11-6. In the 17 games, 11-6. I have the Packers winning the division. I have the Lions still going to the playoffs. I have the Lions as my Super Bowl #1 NFC team pick with my mind that I'm betting on FanDuel. So don't get it twisted, Lions fans. It's just how I got it. I just think y'all schedule is so hard and so tough. The way they got these games staggered like this, y'all got a stretch where y'all going. Look at this stretch right here. After the Bears, y'all going Ravens. Then y'all got the Browns, right? Then y'all got Bengals, Chiefs, Buccaneers, Vikings, Commanders, Eagles. Let me put that in reverse. Eagles, Commanders, Vikings, Buccaneers, Chiefs, Bengals. That is a tough stretch. And that could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That could be 6 losses. That could be 6 losses. That right there is going to be the heart of the Lions regular season, how they come out of that stretch. Let me go back to it again. You got the Ravens, then you got Cleveland. Let's knock Cleveland out the way. Then after that Cleveland game, you got the Bengals, the Chiefs, the Buccaneers, the Vikings, the Commanders, the Eagles. So from week, that's week 3, you start the Ravens, going all the way 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. From week 3 to week 10, that's going to be the deciding factor on what the Lions going to be and how far they're going to make it and is they going to get to the playoffs. That's my take on the NFC North. Now, going to the AFC North real quick. I'm not going to go into their acquisitions. Here's what I'm going to say. So the Steelers got DK Metcalf, Aaron Rodgers. They signed TJ Watt. They got some other notable people that they signed. I think Darius Slay over there playing cornerback. And I think if I'm not mistaken, my man from the the Dolphins over there. If I'm not mistaken, my man from Jalen Ramsey and Darius Slay, along with Joey Porter, are back there as cornerbacks. So you got a good cornerback system, got a good D-line. So they D-line is all they're going to be impeccable. It's all going to be on how good DK Metcalf, Aaron Rodgers, and the rest of that offense is going to be. That's what really is going to stem on them. Okay, what I can see them winning, he always go 500, so I can see the Steelers winning 9 games minimum, maximum 11. Ravens got the best defense on paper. On paper, they got Derrick Henry. They signed him. I think it's 2 more years. If they run the ball, they can catch the ball. But if they don't rely, everything on Lamar being crafty and trying. Let's not go into this season, Ravens, trying to win a MVP for Lamar. Let's go in the press conference and nail everything down, all the comments in the sky about him winning MVP. Nail that shit to the ground. Nail it to the ground, put it under the ground. What we need to be doing for you Ravens fans is nailing all those talks to the ground and bringing up the Super Bowl talks in the air. All we need to be talking about every week, starting week 6 all the way down, is how well this team is catching the ball, how well we executing the run, and how good we are on defense, how many points we are not allowing people to score. That's what we need to be doing if we're going to get to the Super Bowl, if we are a Baltimore Ravens fan. Fuck all them stats. F all those individual awards. Worry about this team being so cohesive on defense that we're not allowing more than 18 points. And worry about this team being so cohesive and efficient on offense that we're scoring about 25 to 24 points a game, maybe 28 on our best days. That's what the Ravens need to be doing. Giving Ravens what they should do. I got the Ravens to win about minimum 13. Maximum, they can win 15 games. They can win 15 games. Bengals still didn't do enough for me on defense. They struggled to sign they second round draft pick or that D tackle, whoever he is, not giving them no guaranteed money or whatever the case may be. Bengals organization is cheap, one of the cheapest organizations in the world. Man, pay them people, man. So yeah, they got T. Higgins, they signed him, they signed Jamar Chase. You got Joe Burrow, they're gonna be good, but you basically saying, with the defense not being as good as it is, you front loaded all the money on the offense. That the offense got to be perfect. The offense got to be perfect. That $200, $400 million offense y'all got with them 3 players, they got to be perfect. Because if they're not perfect, the defense is still going. I mean, if the defense get 1 to 2 key long-term injuries, it's back to the same old Bengals. So if the defense can hold on, I ain't even gonna put it on the shoulda, woulda, coulda. I'm giving the Bengals minimum 10 games, maximum 12. That's all I'm giving them. That's all I'm giving them. Cleveland, we're gonna say y'all for last. Cleveland. What's the other team we got? Baltimore, Steelers, Bengals. All right, we already went through everybody. Okay, so let's go to Cleveland. Say Cleveland for last. Here's my take on the Cleveland Browns. We already know y'all not gonna do nothing. Y'all not. Anytime you got 5 quarterbacks, you got no quarterback. Let's just state that for the truth that it is. Anytime you got 5 quarterbacks, you have no quarterbacks. They're saying that Kenny Pickett is going to start out the gate for training camp, but Joe Flacco might start for regular season. Then you got the other dude from Oregon in there who might play in front of Shador. Here's my take on Shador, and I like what he did in the community when he pulled up and played games with them, got haircuts, and did a lot of things with the community. I'm glad that he's doing that so he can make people see him for what he really is and not what they portray him to be based on how he act at Buffalo. Don't start Shador. Cleveland, listen to me. Don't let them start Shador out the gate. Please do not let them start Shador out the gate. Here's why I'm telling you don't do that. They already had this, I'm going to make you suffer for acting how you act. We knew we was going to pick you in the first round, but you talked your way down to the 4th and 5th round. I believe that they was in cahoots as owners, and they asked what owner really wanted him. And based on who was the earliest pick in the first round, that's the owner that's going to get him. You other owners, don't touch him. Don't touch him. But, hey, we need you to pick him in the 5th round. We need you to settle him all the way down. Kill his ego. Because that man is a #1 draft pick all day long. So Cleveland picked him in the fifth round. Made it look good about getting a quarterback in the 2nd round. Man, they knew who they wanted. They want Shador. So here's why you don't start him. If they start Shador and they start losing, you know how the NFL is. What have you done for me lately? They will start that man. He will lose the first 4, 5 to 6 games because that team is not that good. And they will put Shador on his shelf and they won't look back. Don't let them do that. They will put him on the shelf and they won't look back. You already got Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and the other quarterback. I don't know why I can't get his name right, from Oregon. Don't do that. Shador, I know you want to get in there. Shador, I know you prime time, you box office, but you don't understand the cards that you're about to play. Cleveland do not got a good team. You get in there, you lose them first 6 games, and let's say the quarterback from Oregon come in there behind you and he start playing good, they're not going to look back. It ain't no guarantee you're going to get a Baker Mayfield. It ain't no guarantee you ain't going to get my man from the Jets that went to Seahawks. Now I think he's playing for the Oakland Raiders right now. Yeah, Geno Smith. Ain't no guarantee you're going to get that type of opportunities. You're not. Man, if I was you, Shador, I do not want to be the first thing starting on this season. I want to be the second, possibly the third, depending on the way the season is going. Because they're going to shelf you, man. And there ain't no guarantee if you're going to go to another team. Because a lot of teams pass you over 5 different rounds. So, Cleveland, I don't think they're going to win. Max 8, minimum 7. That's all I got them doing. That's it. And that is my take on the NFC North and AFC North. And like I tell you all the time, please subscribe to my channel. I'm Philly Will all day, every day, and twice on Sundays. And I'm out.